The Psalms offer comfort and joy. Let us begin. Chapter 29, 1. Now these are the words of the letter that Jeremiah the prophet sent from Jerusalem to the residue of the elders of the captivity, and to the priests, to the prophets, and to all the people whom Nebuchadnezzar had carried away captive from Jerusalem to Babylon, after Jeconiah the king, the queen mother, the eunuchs, the princes of Judah and Jerusalem, the craftsmen, and the smiths, had departed from Jerusalem, 3 by the hand of Elasah the son of Shaphan, and Gemariah the son of Hilkiah, whom Zedekiah king of Judah sent to Babylon, to Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon. It said, For Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel, says to all the captives whom I have caused to be carried away captive from Jerusalem to Babylon, 5 build houses and dwell in them, plant gardens and eat their fruit. 6 take wives and father, sons and daughters. Take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters. Multiply there, and don't be diminished. 7 seek the peace of the city where I have caused you to be carried away captive, and pray to Yahweh for it. For in its peace you will have peace. 8 For Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel says, Don't let your prophets who are among you and your diviners deceive you. Don't listen to your dreams which you cause to be dreamed. 9 For they prophesy falsely to you in my name. I have not sent them, says Yahweh. 10 For Yahweh says, After 70 years are accomplished for Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word toward you, in causing you to return to this place. 11 For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you hope and a future. 12 You shall call on me, and you shall go and pray to me, and I will listen to you. 13 You shall seek me, and find me, when you search for me with all your heart. 14 I will be found by you, says Yahweh, and I will turn again your captivity, and I will gather you from all the nations, and from all the places where I have driven you, says Yahweh. I will bring you again to the place from where I caused you to be carried away captive. 15 Because you have said, Yahweh has raised us up prophets in Babylon. 16 Yahweh says, concerning the king who sits on David's throne, and concerning all the people who dwell in this city, your brothers who haven't gone with you into captivity. 17 Yahweh of armies says, Behold, I will send on them the sword, the famine, and the pestilence, and will make them like rotten figs that can't be eaten. They are so bad. 18 I will pursue after them with the sword, with the famine, and with the pestilence, and will deliver them to be tossed back and forth among all the kingdoms of the earth, to be an object of horror, an astonishment, a hissing, and a reproach among all the nations where I have driven them. 19 Because they have not listened to my words, says Yahweh, with which I sent to them my servants the prophets, rising up early and sending them. But you would not hear, says Yahweh. 20 Hear therefore Yahweh's word, all you captives, whom I have sent away from Jerusalem to Babylon. 21 Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel, says concerning Ahab the son of Koliah, and concerning Zedekiah the son of Maaseiah, who prophesy a lie to you in my name. Behold, I will deliver them into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon, and he will kill them before your eyes. 22 A curse will be taken up about them by all the captives of Judah who are in Babylon, saying, Yahweh make you like Zedekiah and like Ahab, whom the king of Babylon roasted in the fire. 23 Because they have done foolish things in Israel, and have committed adultery with their neighbors' wives, and have spoken words in my name falsely, which I didn't command them. I am he who knows, and am witness, says Yahweh. 24 Concerning Shemaiah the Nehelamite, you shall speak, saying, 25 Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel, says, Because you have sent letters in your own name to all the people who are at Jerusalem, and to Zephaniah the son of Maaseiah, the priest, and to all the priests, saying, 26 Yahweh has made you priest in the place of Jehoiada the priest, that there may be officers in Yahweh's house. For every man who is crazy and makes himself a prophet, that you should put him in the stocks and in shackles. 27. Now therefore, why have you not rebuked Jeremiah of Anathoth, who makes himself a prophet to you? 28. Because he is sent to us in Babylon, saying, the captivity is long. Build houses and dwell in them. Plant gardens and eat their fruit. 29. Zephaniah the priest read this letter in the hearing of Jeremiah the prophet. 30. Then Yahweh's word came to Jeremiah, saying, 31. Send to all of the captives, saying, Yahweh says concerning Shemaiah, the Nehelamite, because Shemaiah has prophesied to you, and I didn't send him, and he has caused you to trust in a lie. 32. Therefore Yahweh says, behold, I will punish Shemaiah the Nehelamite and his offspring. He will not have a man to dwell among this people. He won't see the good that I will do to my people, says Yahweh, because he has spoken rebellion against Yahweh. Chapter 30. 1. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, 2. Yahweh, the God of Israel, says, write all the words that I have spoken to you in a book. 3. For behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that I will reverse the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, says Yahweh. I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they will possess it. 4. These are the words that Yahweh spoke concerning Israel and concerning Judah. 5. For Yahweh says, we have heard a voice of trembling, a voice of fear, and not of peace. 6. Ask now, and see whether a man travails with child. Why do I see every man with his hands on his waist, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned pale? 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he will be saved out of it. 8. It will come to pass in that day, says Yahweh of armies, that I will break his yoke from off your neck, and will burst your bonds. Strangers will no more make them their bondservants. 9. But they will serve Yahweh their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up to them. 10. Therefore don't be afraid, O Jacob my servant, says Yahweh. Don't be dismayed, Israel. For, behold, I will save you from afar, and save your offspring from the land of their captivity. Jacob will return, and will be quiet and at ease. No one will make him afraid. 11. For I am with you, says Yahweh, to save you. For I will make a full end of all the nations where I have scattered you. But I will not make a full end of you, but I will correct you in measure, and will in no way leave you unpunished. 12. For Yahweh says, your hurt is incurable, your wound is grievous. 13. There is no one to plead your cause, that you may be bound up. You have no healing medicines. 14. All your lovers have forgotten you. They don't seek you. For I have wounded you with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the greatness of your iniquity, because your sins were increased. 15. Why do you cry over your injury? Your pain is incurable. For the greatness of your iniquity, because your sins have increased, I have done these things to you. 16. Therefore all those who devour you will be devoured. All your adversaries, every one of them, will go into captivity. Those who plunder you will be plunder. I will make all who prey on you become prey. 17. For I will restore health to you, and I will heal you of your wounds, says Yahweh. Because they have called you an outcast, saying, it is Zion, whom no man seeks after. 18. Yahweh says, behold, I will reverse the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have compassion on his dwelling places. The city will be built on its own hill, and the palace will be inhabited in its own place. 19. Thanksgiving will proceed out of them with the voice of those who make merry. I will multiply them, and they will not be few. I will also glorify them, and they will not be small. 20. Their children also will be as before, and their congregation will be established before me. I will punish all who oppress them. 21. Their prince will be one of them, and their ruler will proceed from among them. I will cause him to draw near, and he will approach to me. For who is he who has had boldness to approach to me? says Yahweh. 22. You shall be my people, and I will be your God. 23. Behold, Yahweh's storm, his wrath, has gone out, a sweeping storm. It will burst on the head of the wicked. 24. The fierce anger of Yahweh will not return until he is accomplished, and until he has performed the intentions of his heart. In the latter days you will understand it. Chapter 31. 1. At that time, says Yahweh, I will be the God of all the families of Israel, and they will be my people. 2. Yahweh says, the people who survived the sword found favor in the wilderness, even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest. 3. Yahweh appeared of old to me, saying, Yes, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore I have drawn you with loving kindness. 4. I will build you again, and you will be built, O Virgin of Israel. You will again be adorned with your tambourines, and will go out in the dances of those who make merry. 5. Again you will plant vineyards on the mountains of Samaria. The planters will plant, and will enjoy its fruit. 6. For there will be a day that the watchmen on the hills of Ephraim cry, Arise, and let us go up to Zion, to Yahweh our God. 7. For Yahweh says, Sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout for the chief of the nations. Publish, praise, and say, Yahweh, save your people, the remnant of Israel. 8. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, and gather them from the uttermost parts of the earth, along with the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her who travails with child together. They will return as a great company. 9. They will come with weeping. I will lead them with petitions. I will cause them to walk by rivers of waters, in a straight way in which they won't stumble, for I am a father to Israel. Ephraim is my firstborn. 10. Hear Yahweh's word, you nations, and declare it in the distant islands. Say, He who scattered Israel will gather him and keep him, as a shepherd does his flock. 11. For Yahweh has ransomed Jacob, and redeemed him from the hand of him who was stronger than he. 12. They will come and sing in the height of Zion, and will flow to the goodness of Yahweh, to the grain, to the new wine, to the oil, and to the young of the flock and of the herd. Their soul will be as a watered garden. They will not sorrow any more at all. 13. Then the virgin will rejoice in the dance, the young men and the old together. For I will turn their mourning into joy, and will comfort them, and make them rejoice from their sorrow. 14. I will satiate the soul of the priests with fatness, and my people will be satisfied with my goodness, says Yahweh. 15. Yahweh says, A voice is heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping, Rachel weeping for her children. She refuses to be comforted for her children, because they are no more. 16. Yahweh says, Refrain your voice from weeping, and your eyes from tears, for your work will be rewarded, says Yahweh. They will come again from the land of the enemy. 17. There is hope for your latter end, says Yahweh. Your children will come again to their own territory. 18. I have surely heard Ephraim grieving thus. You have chastised me, and I was chastised, as an untrained calf. Turn me, and I will be turned, for you are Yahweh my God. 19. Surely after that I was turned. I repented. After that I was instructed. I struck my thigh. I was ashamed, yes, even confounded, because I bore the reproach of my youth. 20. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he a darling child? For as often as I speak against him, I still earnestly remember him. Therefore my heart yearns for him. I will surely have mercy on him, says Yahweh. 21. Set up road signs, make guideposts, set your heart toward the highway, even the way by which you went. Turn again, Virgin of Israel, turn again to these your cities. 22. How long will you go here and there, you backsliding daughter? For Yahweh has created a new thing in the earth. A woman will encompass a man. 23. Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel, says, Yet again they will use this speech in the land of Judah and in its cities, when I reverse their captivity. Yahweh bless you, habitation of righteousness. mountain of holiness. 24 Judah and all its cities will dwell therein together, the farmers, and those who go about with flocks. 25 For I have satiated the weary soul, and I have replenished every sorrowful soul. 26 On this I awakened, and saw, and my sleep was sweet to me. 27 Behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that I will sow the house of Israel, and the house of Judah, with the seed of man, and with the seed of animal. 28 It will happen that, like as I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to overthrow and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, says Yahweh. 29 In those days they will say no more, the fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge. 30 Everyone will die for his own iniquity. Every man who eats the sour grapes, his teeth will be set on edge. 31 Behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. 32 Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which covenant of mine they broke, although I was a husband to them, says Yahweh. 33 But this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, says Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts, and I will write it in their heart. I will be their God, and they shall be my people. 34 They will no longer each teach his neighbor, and every man teach his brother, saying, Know Yahweh, for they will all know me, from their least to their greatest, says Yahweh. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. 35 Yahweh, who gives the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, who stirs up the sea, so that its waves roar. Yahweh of armies is his name, says. 36 If these ordinances depart from before me, says Yahweh, then the offspring of Israel also will cease from being a nation before me forever. 37 Yahweh says, If heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, then I will also cast off all the offspring of Israel for all that they have done, says Yahweh. 38 Behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that the city will be built to Yahweh from the tower of Hananel to the gate of the corner. 39 The measuring line will go out further, straight onward to the hill, Gareb, and will turn toward Goah. 40 The whole valley of the dead bodies and of the ashes, and all the fields to the brook Kidron, to the corner of the horse gate toward the east, will be holy to Yahweh. It will not be plucked up or thrown down any more forever. Chapter 32 1 The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh in the 10th year of Zedekiah king of Judah, which was the 18th year of Nebuchadnezzar. 2 Now at that time the king of Babylon's army was besieging Jerusalem. Jeremiah the prophet was shut up in the court of the guard, which was in the king of Judah's house. 3 For Zedekiah king of Judah had shut him up, saying, Why do you prophesy, and say, Yahweh says, Behold, I will give this city into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he will take it. 4 And Zedekiah king of Judah won't escape out of the hand of the Chaldeans, but will surely be delivered into the hand of the king of Babylon, and will speak with him mouth to mouth, and his eyes will see his eyes. 5 And he will bring Zedekiah to Babylon, and he will be there until I visit him, says Yahweh. Though you fight with the Chaldeans, you will not prosper. 6 Jeremiah said, Yahweh's word came to me, saying, 7 Behold, Hanamel the son of Shallum, your uncle, will come to you, saying, Buy my field that is in Anathoth, for the right of redemption is yours to buy it. 8 So Hanamel my uncle's son came to me in the court of the guard, according to Yahweh's word, and said to me, Please buy my field that is in Anathoth, which is in the land of Benjamin, for the right of inheritance is yours, and the redemption is yours. Buy it for yourself. Then I knew that this was Yahweh's word. 9 I bought the field that was in Anathoth of Hanamel, my uncle's son, and weighed him the money, even 17 shekels of silver. 10 I signed the deed, sealed it, called witnesses, and weighed the money in the balances to him. 11. So I took the deed of the purchase, both that which was sealed, containing the terms and conditions, and that which was open. 12. And I delivered the deed of the purchase to Baruch the son of Neriah, the son of Messiah, in the presence of Hanamel my uncle's son, and in the presence of the witnesses who subscribed the deed of the purchase, before all the Jews who sat in the court of the guard. 13. I commanded Baruch before them, saying, 14 Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel says, take these deeds, this deed of the purchase which is sealed, and this deed which is open, and put them in an earthen vessel, that they may last many days. 15. For Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel says, houses and fields and vineyards will yet again be bought in this land. 16. Now after I had delivered the deed of the purchase to Baruch the son of Neriah, I prayed to Yahweh, saying, 17. Ah, Lord Yahweh, behold, you have made the heavens and the earth by your great power and by your outstretched arm. There is nothing too hard for you. 18. Who show loving kindness to thousands, and repay the iniquity of the fathers into the bosom of their children after them. The great, the mighty God, Yahweh of armies is his name. 19. Great in counsel, and mighty in work, whose eyes are open to all the ways of the sons of men, to give everyone according to his ways, and according to the fruit of his doings. 20. Who performed signs and wonders in the land of Egypt, even to this day, both in Israel and among other men, and made yourself a name, as it is today. 21. And brought your people Israel out of the land of Egypt, with signs, with wonders, with a strong hand, with an outstretched arm, and with great terror. 22. And gave them this land, which you swore to their fathers to give them, a land flowing with milk and honey. 23. They came in and possessed it, but they didn't obey your voice, and didn't walk in your law. They have done nothing of all that you commanded them to do. Therefore you have caused all this evil to come upon them. 24. Behold, siege ramps have come to the city to take it. The city is given into the hand of the Chaldeans who fight against it, because of the sword, of the famine, and of the pestilence. What you have spoken has happened. Behold, you see it. 25. You have said to me, Lord Yahweh, buy the field for money, and call witnesses, whereas the city is given into the hand of the Chaldeans. 26. Then Yahweh's word came to Jeremiah, saying, 27. Behold, I am Yahweh, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? 28. Therefore, Yahweh says, behold, I will give this city into the hand of the Chaldeans, and into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and he will take it. 29. The Chaldeans, who fight against this city, will come and set this city on fire, and burn it with the houses on whose roofs they have offered incense to Baal, and poured out drink offerings to other gods, to provoke me to anger. For the children of Israel and the children of Judah have done only that which was evil in my sight from their youth. For the children of Israel have only provoked me to anger with the work of their hands, says Yahweh. 31. For this city has been to me a provocation of my anger and of my wrath from the day that they built it, even to this day, so that I should remove it from before my face. 32. Because of all the evil of the children of Israel and of the children of Judah, which they have done to provoke me to anger, they, their kings, their princes, their priests, their prophets, the men of Judah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. 33. They have turned their backs to me, and not their faces. Although I taught them, rising up early and teaching them, yet they have not listened to receive instruction. 34. But they set their abominations in the house which is called by my name, to defile it. 35. They built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through fire to Molech, which I didn't command them. It didn't even come into my mind that they should do this abomination, to cause Judah to sin. 36. Now therefore Yahweh, the God of Israel, says concerning this city, about which you say, It is given into the hand of the king of Babylon by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. 37. Behold, I will gather them out of all the countries where I have driven them in my anger, and in my wrath, and in great indignation, and I will bring them again to this place. I will cause them to dwell safely. 38. Then they will be my people, and I will be their God. 39. I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for their good, and the good of their children after them. 40. I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from following them, to do them good. I will put my fear in their hearts, that they may not depart from me. 41. Yes, I will rejoice over them to do them good, and I will plant them in this land assuredly, with my whole heart and with my whole soul. 42. For Yahweh says, just as I have brought all this great evil on this people, so will I bring on them all the good that I have promised them. 43 fields will be bought in this land, about which you say, it is desolate, without man or animal. It is given into the hand of the Chaldeans. 44. Men will buy fields for money, sign the deeds, seal them, and call witnesses, in the land of Benjamin, and in the places around Jerusalem, in the cities of Judah, in the cities of the hill country, in the cities of the lowland, and in the cities of the south. For I will cause their captivity to be reversed, says Yahweh. Thank you for listening. May these ancient words continue to work in your heart. Until next time.